All right, so we're going to demonstrate in a few minutes how an AI agent from Pitchit can be plugged into a marketing campaign. So you can imagine a form fill on a website, something like this one, or a form fill embedded into a Facebook campaign, or really any marketing campaign that's capturing information from someone in a form type. Then an AI agent can be plugged in to outbound contact them in an attempt to qualify them, handle objections, answer FAQs, and also offer to transfer the call to a call center or schedule a callback for a later time. And so this is a pretty standard template of how the AI agent might introduce itself if you came from a form fill like this one. So we could train the AI agent to introduce itself and say something like, "Hello, this is Pitchit, an AI agent designed to help you find better options for internet, phone, or utility plans. Thanks for filling out our form and asking for a price quote. Can I help you schedule a call with one of our live agents to get started? Which day would you be available? I can also let you know which providers are available in your area." And so this conversation could be had in a live voice conversation, on SMS, on email, or in WhatsApp. Again, this is basically the first point of contact with someone who just filled out a form. And so let's kind of role play here. If I'm the recipient, I might get this text message or get this phone call, and maybe it's not the right time, and so I don't answer the call, right? And I might text back and say, "Call me anytime tomorrow morning," right? Now, the AI agent should do the job of trying to figure out what specific time or time zone tomorrow might be the best time for them to be able to actually get a hold of me. And so it's accurately identified that it does need to know time zone. And so in this case, I'm going to role play and I'm going to say my time zone is Central Time. And now you should be able to get a booked meeting. So it's going to fetch the API, the calendar availability of that call center to find out when they're open for business. In this case, it would be 9 a.m. And then it's going to book a meeting at the first available time, 9 a.m. Central tomorrow. It's going to say, "Thanks for your response, and we'll call you at your preferred time." Now, that's like a softball pitch, really easy booking conversation. Most people are a little tougher. And so let's kind of role play what would happen if I made it a little bit harder to book a meeting. So let's say I want to know first what internet is available at my address, right? Before I book a call, I want to know what internet is available at my address, right? That's I would call that an objection to scheduling a meeting. And so the AI agent should start going into its serviceability and price quoting mode. And so it's doing its job. It's saying, what specific provider might you be interested in? And again, this AI agent was trained on internet products, telco, phone, utility services, water, gas, electricity, right? So it's doing its job and trying to get into what type of product you want. So let's say I want to know if AT&T is available. So I'm the recipient. I'm going to say AT&T. What's going to happen now is it's going to see if AT&T is actually available at my business or homeowner or my home address. It's going to find out that it doesn't know the address, so it has to ask for it. So it's going to ask me, "What's your address, including zip?" I'll give it my address, including zip code. And now it's going to take that address, fetch Google Maps API and format it properly. And then it's going to take the formatted address and send it to the AT&T Serviceability API and find out that, yes, in fact, AT&T is available at this location with fiber internet. And then it's going to remember that its job is to close deals and schedule meetings, not just answer questions. So it's asking me when would be a good time for the call, right? I'm going to be continually challenging to this AI agent. I'm not going to make it that easy. And so let's say that I say, how much does it cost, right? Maybe I already have an internet provider and I want to know if it's cheaper or at least the same price before I take a call with a live agent. So it's going to come back and say the pricing for that physical address is $65 a month for half a gig, $80 a month for a full gig, and $145 for 2 gig. And then again, it's going to have the call to action, when's a good time. So maybe now as a consumer, I'm convinced that I do want to buy this product because I know that it's available, that it's faster than my current provider, and it's at least the same price or cheaper than my current provider. So I'm going to say, "Call me now," right? This is a signal to the AI agent that you're a 10 out of 10 hot lead, and it's done all the legwork of contacting this particular lead as quickly as possible to get these questions answered and then get them booked. So what's happening here is it's now booking a calendar reminder for me, the recipient in this case, to be on the lookout for an outbound call. It's going to outbound call me right away. And in that particular greeting, it's going to say something like, "Hi, this is Pitchit. you just asked us to call you. Hi, this is Pitchit speaking on a recorded line, right? You just asked us to call you. Are you free to speak? Now, I have a live agent waiting on the line. May I transfer you, right? You now, right? And so this might be the pitch of the live voice call that happens right away. And I could say yes, and it's basically going to transfer me, right? So we don't need to continue further. This is basically turned in a form fill into an inbound live transferred call. And so that effectively completes a good demonstration of how a form fill as a workflow could trigger an AI agent to create sequences of outbound communication. Now, one thing that's important to mention here is I just demonstrated a successful contact, but you could tell the AI agent to call and text up to 10 times if the recipient does not answer the phone. And so there's an entire sequence of legwork where the AI agent can email and text and call and WhatsApp message repeatedly until this recipient does actually pick up the phone. And then you can give us, for TCPA compliance, the quiet hours that you want us to operate within, as well as the hours that your call center's open. And so it will conduct those follow-up attempts within those timeframes and those days of the week so that you're compliant with TCPA. Any kind of stop, opt-out, or adjacent language around no longer contacting the recipient will also be immediately received, and will revoke that consent multi-channel, so the AI agent will cease communication with that person inside of that outbound workflow immediately. Thanks for watching.